Okay, so very good evening to our lecturer Dr. Nabila binti Ibrahim, and also very good evening to all of our panels here today. Okay, welcome to Human Physiology Forum of University Tun Usain on Malaysia. I'm Sharbina Sridran. I'm the host of this forum, and I'm here responsible to moderate the panels of the day. Here, we are lucky to have panels from different backgrounds. And today, they are here to explain on our key topic, which is known as the skeletal system. Okay, so before I open the floor for the discussion, okay, I would like to invite all of our panels. Welcome Ms. Izian Aina, Ms. Tun As Shafara, and Ms. Umi Najwa. Before further proceeding, I would like to brief a bit about our topic based on the research which I myself have made earlier. So, what is a skeletal system? From my research study, skeletal system is an organ system that serves as the framework of the body of an organism. The skeletal system acts as a structural support and protection, and also consists basically of bones, cartilage, ligaments, and tendons. In other words, this system is also called as the musculoskeletal system. So yeah, without wasting our time, we will be moving on to the questions for the panels. So we will start with the panel number 1, Izian. Okay, aside from the skeletal system, our body has 10 other systems. These systems are interconnect and dependent on each other, so our body can function properly. One of the systems, which is muscular system, works with skeletal system to produce movement and support the body. Can the panel here explain more on how these two systems work with each other?
Okay, first of all, I want to thank you for inviting me as a panel here today. So, when a skeletal and muscular system work together, the system is called musculoskeletal or skeletal muscular system. So, this system is for providing support, stability, shape, and movement of the body. So, for muscular system, it consists of 3 types of muscle, which are skeletal, smooth, and cardiac muscle. So smooth and cardiac muscle are involuntary muscle, which means that the muscle is not consciously controlled. And it's opposite of voluntary muscle, which is the skeletal muscle. So for the musculoskeletal system, it has many parts like bones, joints, muscle, ligaments, cartilage, and tendons. So the bones in the skeletal system serve to protect the body's organ, support the body weight, and give the body shape. And the muscle of muscular system, which has thousands of stretchy fibers attached to the bones, pulling them to allow body movement in few steps. First, the nervous system sends message to activate skeletal muscle. So in response, muscle fibers will start to contract or tense up. And then when muscle activate or bunches up, it pulls tendon, which attach muscle with bones. Thus, the bone is pulled and lead it to be moved. And for relaxing the muscle, another message from nervous system is sent to trigger the muscle to relax and deactivate. Then the relaxed muscle release tension, moving the bones to a resting position. Hence, that is how muscle contraction happen and produce movement, showing on how skeletal and muscular system work together. That's all from me. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Izian. Next is the question for panel number 2, Umi. The human skeleton has a number of functions such as protection and supporting weight. Different types of bones have differing shapes related to their particular function. In addition to providing a framework for your body, bones also serve many other important biological functions such as protecting your internal organs from harm and storing essential nutrients. Can the panel number two here explain on why do we need different types of bones in our body and actually how are they being categorized?
Okay, thank you so much for our moderator, Miss Arvina. So, roughly, bones are important parts of the musculoskeletal system as it serves many core functions such as supporting the body structure and also in facilitating movement. Bones is also a dynamic structure where it is continuously being remodeled in response to stress phases on the body. So regarding the question about the type of bones, there are four types of bones in human body, which is long bones, short bones, flat bones, and irregular bones. For type number one, which is long bones, it has the function in facilitating movement and also to support the body's weight. Right. So basically, all bones on the legs and arms are long bones, except for the legs, the exception is on the kneecaps and also ankle bones. While for the arm bones, it is accepting the wrist. The wrist is not a long bones and it is categorized under the second category, which is the short bones. And the short bones has the function in providing stability and also some movements. It has a shape of cube-like and also it is contrast with the long bones as the short bones is the wrist and the ankle. The third type of bones is flat bones. Flat bones has the function in protecting the internal organs such as the brain, the heart and also the pelvic organ. The flat bones has the flattened shape, so it has the ability in providing protection in the internal organs as it acts as a shield. And the last type of bone is irregular bones, where it has the function same as the flat bones, which is protecting the internal organs, and it is named or known as irregular bones since it has a complex shape and it doesn't fit the three categories that I mentioned earlier, which is long bones, short bones, and fat bones. So that's all for me. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Miss Umi. Moving forward to panel number three, Farah. Okay, the axial skeleton includes the bones that form the skull, laryngeal skeleton, vertebral column, and thoracic cage. It is consists of 80 bones and is composed of six parts. One is the skull, have 22 bones, also the ossicles of the middle ear, the aortic bone, the rib cage, sternum, and also the vertebral column. Okay, for the panel number three, Farah, can you please discuss more on the three major parts and functions of the axial skeleton?
Okay, thank you, Ms. Sarvina, for inviting me in this forum. Okay, as we know, the exoskeleton forms the central axis of the human body and consists of the skull, vertebral column, and thoracic cage. Okay, the bones of the skull support the structure of the face and protect the brain. The skull consists of 22 bones, which are divided into two categories, cranial bones and facial bones. The cranial bones are eight bones that form the cranial cavity, which enclose the brain and serve an attachment site for the muscle of the head and neck. The eight cranial bones include the frontal bone, two parietal bones, two temporal bones, and occipital bone, the sphenoid bone, and the ethmoid bone. Okay, 14 facial bones from the face provide cavities for the sense organs like eyes, mouth, and nose, protect the entrance to the digestive and respiratory tracts, and serve as attachment points for facial muscle. The 14 facial bones as the nasal bones, maxillary bones, zygomatic bones, palatal vomer, lacrimal bones, inferior nasal, and mandible. Okay, for more details about the skull, we will discuss later in ZBrush software. and I will show you at the end of my topic. Okay. Next, the vertebral column or spinal column or surround and protects the spinal cord, support the head and act as attachment point for the wrist and muscle of the back and neck. Okay, the adult vertebral column is comprised of 26 bones. The 24 vertebrae, the sacrum and the coccyx bones. In the adult, the sacrum is typically composed of 5 vertebrae that fuse into one. We begin life with approximately 33 vertebrae, but as we grow, several vertebrae fuse together. The adult vertebrae are further divided into the 7 cervical vertebrae, 12 thoracic vertebrae, and 5 lumbar vertebrae. Okay, each vertebrae body has a large hole in the center through which the nerve of the spinal cord pass. There is also a notch on each side through which the spinal nerve, which serve the body at the level, can exit from the spinal cord. The name of the spinal curve correspond to the region of the spine in which they occur. The thoracic and cervical curve are concave while the cervical and lumbar curve are convex. They are curvature of the vertebral column increase in strength and flexibility, allowing it to absorb shock like a spring. Okay, lastly, the thoracic cage. Okay, the thoracic cage, we also known as the rib cage, is the skeleton of the chest. It consists of the ribs, sternum, thoracic vertebrae, and costal cartilage. The thoracic cage encloses and protects the organ of the thoracic cavity, including the heart and lungs. It also provides support to the shoulder girdles and upper limbs and serves as the attachment point for the diaphragm muscle of the back, chest, neck, and shoulders. Change in the volume of the thorax enable breathing. Okay, that's all from me. Thank you. Now we will move to the Zebra software about the skull.
Okay, thank you,
Okay.
Miss Farah. Hi, hello everyone. My name is Shadmina Sridran and my metric number is CE180175. Today we are going to see on the organ that we are chosen to design through ZBrush software. So yeah, let me see. The design chosen is a skull, which is related to the topic of skeletal system. The steps of designing is shown throughout this video. So we have found that using ZBrush can actually make our work easy for designing skull. This is because there are many types of brush which we can use for sculpting. So let me discuss. What is the function of the skull? Okay, for sure you all want to know, isn't it? So first and foremost, skull is a bone structure that forms the eight invertebrates. Vertebrates are some sort like a backbone in a skull. So it is useful to support the structures of face and also provides a protective cavity for the brain. Okay, it is also can be said that skull include protection of the brain and then fixing the distance between the eyes to allow stereoscopic position and also fixing the position of the ears to enable sound localization. Besides, the skull is composed of two parts. One is cranium and one is mandible. Okay, next we are going to look on the what are the relation of skull to skeletal system actually. Okay, skeletal is actually consists of bones and tissues. Okay, for example, in general, we know that ribs protect our lungs and heart. Okay, so next is bones of spine protect our spinal cord, and bones of skull protect our brain. Okay, it is to be said that how incredible it is to use this software. This is why because just from selecting a 3D sphere, we can get a wonderful outcome as we see at the end of this video. So, okay, these are the overall view of the design and functions of this car. So that's all from me. Thank you. Okay, so yeah, this is the final view of our skull using the ZBrush software. Yeah, that's all. So I would like to express my gratefulness to all of the panels for their knowledge and time. Hope that this forum will be beneficial to everyone. So thank you very much for your attentions.
Okay, thank you, Miss Sabrina.
Thank you.